Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. You know, it has been a minute since I've made a video, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the main reason for that is I have been procrastinating for weeks. We're getting ready to paint the car. I've been working on this, you know, after work for a few hours a night doing the sanding, and I'm gonna be honest, I hate body work, so I have dragged my feet like none other. Which is why it's, what, 2 months later that I'm finally getting around to painting it. You know, it's mid-October. I figure here in Southern Indiana, we've only got a few days left, I would say, of nice weather to paint in. So I had some time, finally got all the sanding done, all the wet sanding. Today's the day. So keep in mind, I am not a professional. I am the ultimate DIYer. You know, this is very new to me. As far as, you know, a base coat, clear coat system. This is also going to be done in the driveway, so not recommended. Obviously you run the risk of dust, bugs, all kinds of stuff getting into the paint. But me, like a lot of you, I would say, this is our only option. You know, we don't have a paint booth. We don't have a paint booth we can even rent around here. We don't want to do it in the garage because, you know, we've got other toys in here, and no matter how much you tape and cover and what have you, you're gonna get overspray on it regardless. I will argue that all day long. Anyway, so keep in mind, I am a novice. I'm gonna make mistakes. You know, I've done my research. I've prepped and prepped and prepped. If you see something I should do different, let me know. I'm open to criticism, but hopefully by the end of this video, the car is gonna look good. If it does not, I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. But either way, so here's what I've got working with right now. As you can see, I'm under a tent. I'm using plastic. I'm doing the hood off the car. I have my reasons for that. But we're gonna start basically doing the fender, the door, and the hood. The reason for that is I have to spray some sealer on there. Oh, I'm sorry. And the sail panel and the little rockers. But I gotta do some sealer, and I gotta wait an hour or so after I spray that before I can spray the base clear. So I've only got the parts exposed I need to spray sealer on now. Once we get those done and dry, then I'll cut out sections in my plastic to do the other fender, the top only of the other fender, and then there's the top of the rear quarter. Again, you know, I think we've got a good plan. I got all my paint stuff set up over there, and it's ready to go. Now, I have already noticed this car is, I've washed it about 12 times today. I'm gonna tack cloth it a couple times before I actually spray. But I mean, it's just getting dust like crazy. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully none of it shows up in the paint, and if it does, hopefully we can do a really fine wet sand with a cut and a buff, and you'll never know it. But let's get painting. Cross your fingers. So we had a hiccup, bound to happen. I think we know what caused it, but as you can see, this has all been freshly wet sanded again, as has the hood. The sealer did spray pretty nice, but it may be supposed to do this, I have no idea, but it was rough when it dried. I was told it should have been smooth. It should have been like a self-leveling type of sealer. Now if that's not the case, then I guess who cares? We did what we were supposed to do. But The big issue was when we got over here, the gun started spraying like globs of the sealer primer on the car, and that's what caused a lot of the reason for the re-sand. But anyway, so those are good. We're gonna get those dry and tack cloth it down again and start the base coat. God, hope we're not screwing up. It's the next day. So we ran out of daylight, didn't get the clear done, and I went home and I looked at the footage and I noticed that none of the footage of the base coat actually saved. So here's what we're working with right now. I think the hood looks great. And then we've got this fender here, also looks really good. Sail panel, lower rocker moldings look great. Here is the issue. We had to sand this base coat back off on this edge here. I just got done doing all that. Wet sanded and it's ready to go. Same for down there on the lower fender. I don't know if maybe the person that painted it before didn't use good products underneath, or if it was maybe me. It was probably me who maybe put it on way too heavy up here. More than likely that was the case, but what it did was it was starting to kind of wrinkle and crack. So sand that down. I'm gonna respray that real quick, won't take too long. Door looks great, rear quarter looks really good. So we're gonna respray that base. Hopefully the camera records the time lapse this time. Once we're done with that, we're gonna clear done. Let's do some clear coat. Alright, so I have no idea how much you've seen of all that, but it's been a couple hours since I did my last piece of, it's been a couple hours since my last coat of clear. It is dry to the touch. It's already got dust on it, man. In the area I live, there's cornfields and stuff all around, so it's not exactly the most conducive to painting, especially in the driveway, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So anyway, I did 3 coats of clear. First coat was pretty light, second coat kind of a medium wet, and then the third coat was a much heavier coat, and it came out, well, I'm very happy with it. Even if I had been a experienced DIY painter, I'd still be very happy with it. Not a single run, which is, you know, what I was worried about, especially with the hiccup I had with the base coat, but even that came out really nice. Yeah, I mean, the door came out, in my opinion, just about perfect. The rear quarter came out good. You do see a little line there, which, you know, I'll take care of in a few days when we do the final wet sand and then the cut and buff. But overall, man, very, very happy with how this turned out. Again, there's a little bit of a line there, but the color, I mean, the color matched really well. Yeah, very happy with the paint job. Came out better than I could have hoped. So I think that'll do it for this episode. If you have questions on how I did things, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer. Like I said, I did about 3 coats of the base. Some spots got a little bit more because I had to sand down that passenger side top of the fender there. 3 coats of clear. Like I said, there's a pretty light coat on the first, medium wet second, and then a pretty thick coat on the third one. As far as paint usage, I didn't use a ton. I expected to use a whole lot more than I did. To be honest with you, I expected to have to sand all this back off and redo it, but I like to think I have a natural talent for this. Maybe wishful thinking, I don't know. But yeah, very happy with it. So in the next episode, I'll probably have the car put back together before then, but if not, I'll finish doing that. I did get the airbags and control module in, so we'll be installing that. Just some odds and ends, some finishing touches to get the car done, in my opinion. I did pick up something that'll give it a little bit of a whistle. If you'd like to know more, then keep watching the videos. But if you don't want to know more, you want to know more. You want to know more. Here's what I got. Here's what I got. Picked me up a nice used supercharger, but less than 2,000 miles on it. I'll give more details than that in the next, maybe the next video. I don't know. It is complete, but so we're gonna have a cammed and supercharged 99 Mustang GT. It's gonna be a good time. If you like this video, hit that like button below. Feel free to comment with any thoughts, suggestions, constructive criticisms. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'd love to see more people watching these. If not, I enjoy making them regardless, so I will continue. But until next time.